Starting in the 5th match of the team match, we have at the bottom left of Daybreak in the red color the MVP player.
MVP Pennant.
He has to step up to the booth. He has to win this game if MVP wants to take the lead once again. But it is not going to be an easy game for Finale, as his opponent is none other than the Zerg player starting at the top right in the blue color.
FXO Lino.
The Linoctopus. Once again, he played very well in the last game. He defeated Monster. He's pretty confident. And he is up against the Protoss now on Daybreak. Yeah. So a very, very nice map. And usually it evolves around the Protoss player trying to attack the 3rd base of the Zerg player. That's what we usually see in a standard game. The Zerg just taking the 3rd very early, and the Protoss player with a 2-base timing attack trying to take down the 3rd. So let's see what Finale has up his sleeves, what he has planned for Linoc.
Finale actually got his pylon on 10 by mistake, so he actually had to wait a long time for his last probe to come out there, and then he had to wait quite a bit for his chrono boost, so he's a little bit off on that. That may trigger him to go for a faster Nexus to try to make up for it. We'll see. I mean, these things happen to all pros. Sometimes you just don't see your probe at the exact moment. Your pylon's a little bit late, and it's quite common for this to happen. I think we're going to very easily see a block here.
Yeah, it certainly looks like it. The probe is already going for some kind of dance and trying to avoid the drone, but, well, so far it already got a couple of hits, and now we're going to see the hatchery right away. Not just yet.
He doesn't have enough minerals yet.
Yeah.
And the base is rescouted.
300, and he puts down the hatchery right away. Well, we have a Nexus first, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. For our MVP player, for Finale, that is. Followed up by the Forge.
I really like the Nexus first, especially after his probe mishap in the early game. It seems insignificant if you're not a professional player to listen to me talk about making the pylon on 10 and losing so much build time on that probe, but it is so important.
He scouted his opponent's base. He knows there's no gas, there's only the pool. Gas is expand, no biggie. There won't be a metabolic boost out anytime soon. So the pressure that Linoc can actually apply is really insignificant. The only thing that Linoc could try to do is get 6 Zerglings and sneak like 4 or 5 of them into the main base, but as soon as he would try something like that, we had MVP Finale definitely with another building in order to wall in. The cannon is about to finish, the Overlord in position. Kind of the standard opening that we see in this matchup, especially on Daybreak.
Now a scouting probe is going to check the 3rd here. There is no 3rd just yet. There's a Zergling waiting for him because every Protoss has to go and check that. Block, just like you said, stops the Zerglings, and we have no gases, so there will likely be a 3rd here very soon. I'm kind of surprised that Finale did not drop a pylon to block a possible 3rd, but the drone isn't there just yet. He's actually not sending any drones over there just yet. Wants to drone up a little bit more heavily before taking that 3rd base. He's sending the probe back over again, but no drone there just yet, as I said.
And as soon as he kills the probe, he will be in the position where he knows fully well where his opponent has his units positioned. He needs to make sure that there is definitely no probe out there, because he needs to avoid those pylons that MVP Finale will try to place down to scatter across the map to get the aggression going. We had an Overlord in the main base of Finale just a second ago in order to scout a tiny little bit. Another one at the expansion hovering on top of the wall. And now finally Linoc getting the 3rd base that we've been talking about. 3 hatch for Linoc. And still no gas for the FXO player.
It looks like he really wanted to wait until the probe was dead for sure to make the hatchery, which is a pretty safe choice, but I think he could have made the hatchery a long time ago. It was kind of delayed by that. Not that significant, but you can see our win rates here versus Protoss for Zerg. Now, obviously we can see the Watchtower being held by 1 Zergling. Go ahead.
Stargate transition.
Yeah,
I haven't seen that in a while, to be honest.
It's less and less popular these days on this particular map. Players are still doing it, but it seems to be, this is the reason why, this is my opinion on this, it seems to be when people do a Stargate play, they lose more often. So the games that are more notable for Protoss and Zergs are the 6-gate to 8-gate timings with Blink, sometimes without Blink, sometimes with just Sentry, sometimes with +2, sometimes with 1-1, sometimes with Immortals. You know, those types of attacks are seeming to be the ones that Zergs are struggling with again, but Zergs seem to be dealing with Stargate play just fine.
And we'll see if Linoc is able to pull it off. There's already been a couple of creep tumors. He spreads creep from his 2nd base to his 3rd. Well, the one Zealot, he won't do a lot of damage. The Queen is already there trying to take it down, and the Zerglings persist. So no biggie, not a big deal for Lino, but it's going to be pretty interesting. The Void Ray is already been built. We have Lair Tech coming up. Another Queen is in production, and that will put his Queen count up to 4. So we'll have 1 Queen at each of his hatcheries, and then obviously a Creep Slave as well. 1 Creep in order to get additional Creep tumors going.
Yeah, the Roach Warren is on the way. Lair is on the way as well, and he is just droning up like a madman at this point. The worker count 51 to 45, but that's going to be... Oh, yep. He spots the Void Ray Tech. He's going to start some spores fairly soon, but he has to get his Evo Chamber up first. We're going to see Roach heavy play by the looks of things, based on what we've seen. Lair Tech is going to finish right with the Roach Warren, Evo Chamber on the way.
And upon spotting the Void Ray, he immediately starts another Queen, so he will have 5 Queens to deal with the air pressure, which is more than enough if you control them.
7 more drones too. He is really droning up with this one. He actually... Let me check the vision of Linok, because I'm really curious about something. What has he seen exactly? He has not seen the Robotics Tech, and he has not seen Twilight Tech. So because he's not seen these things, right now he might be concerned with a Void Ray Zealot push. So he has to make sure he has that Roach infrastructure, but he's getting an Infestation Pit right now with his Lair. Rather than Mutas, playing it safe. That's the safer choice on a map like this. I really feel interesting. Fast third, and it is scouted. Close call there. He barely scouts it. A little bit sloppy by Finale. He could have stopped this early scout if his Void Ray is positioned a little bit better. Phoenixes are going to come in here and scout. They're not being controlled the best.
He can't do anything with the Phoenixes right now. There are only 2 of them. He built Spore Crawlers already, and we now have Pathogen Glands being researched, +1 attack. He's just getting all these upgrades. Another set of 11 drones, and he has just so many Harvesters. His income is just brilliant. 5 Queens as well. And so far, he didn't build any units. He's still relying on the 5 Zerglings.
Yeah,
the only thing that he did is tech and build units because he knows he can get away with it.
I think right now, he was trying to... Ooh, he spots the 4th base here. And yeah, it's a double expand, so he sees this. Now, this is a common strategy when you go Infestors to make 2 hatcheries. One of them is essentially a decoy hatchery and not use. They both become production hatcheries. You hold 1 hatchery, you know that inevitably you will lose the 2nd one. He is going to move out here. Now, what's interesting is I feel that with the Phoenixes, he was trying to force Hydras or something and also scout, but he's still making Robotic Support Bay because even though he didn't force Hydras, Robotic Support Bay is quite good against Infestors as well.
Yeah, it definitely is, but the Stargate tech, it didn't really achieve anything. He placed down a bunch of Spore Crows, but not too many of them. He got the 2 additional Queens, but he can still use them later on. It's not like he wasted the money. And this is a little bit odd.
Oh, I love this. He's going to use the Void Ray to stop this hatchery. He's going to lift up the 2 Queens. Oh, he's not doing it, though, for some reason. He sends his Zealots down to the bottom right. Nice idea. Yeah, now he lifts the Queens. Doesn't matter about the Infestors. He is going to, at the very least, force a cancel on the hatchery at the bottom right with the Zealots. Great multitasking from Finale, but it looks like Infested Terrans are going to push it back just barely. He saves the hatchery in the middle. Like I said, Keldor, if you make 2 hatcheries, you lose 1 for sure against a good Protoss, but you will keep 1 of them. You can't kill both. He tried his best to kill both, but the Queens, the Infestors, they were ready.
Indeed they were. We have 4 bases now for Linok, as you just mentioned, and he's going for the Spire. He's going for another 5th base. He's getting Hive Tech, more and more drones. He defended quite well against the pressure of MVP Finale. He took down 1 of the Phoenixes at the same time. He chased away the Void Ray, who barely escaped. And Finale is now getting all these upgrades. He's not only getting the +2 attack upgrade, but also trying to get the range upgrade for his Colossi. We have him with Blink. And he needs to get this huge maxed out army and then just try to carry the momentum into the Zerg player's main base, because Linok, he will be in a very good position with so much income that he can just send wave after wave over to his opponent's base, and Finale has to be ready for it.
He does indeed, and I really like the position that Finale is in here, though. Look at the supply. How often do you see a Protoss player so close in supply to a Zerg 13 minutes into the game? It's very unusual. Basically, Linok was not able to pressure the 3rd base. He essentially got it for free. He's going to try now. There are 3 cannons up here, but that's not going to be enough to hold these Roaches. He does have a Stalker here as well, but he needs to warp in more units or perhaps turn his army around. He's not turning his army around, Kaldor. There are so many Infestors to slow down this push in the middle of the map. I don't think this is going to work out very well for Finale.
The Roach is still going strong at the 3rd. At the same time, we have Finale now attacking, and immediately the first Infestor goes down. Force fields being placed by Finale, and Linok is still killing Harvesters at the 3rd of his opponent. But the Void Ray targeting down the hatchery. It needs to be fungal. Not so far. We have Infested Terrans. No fungal, though.
The Infested Terrans only have +1. In fact, No +2 even started right now. Does take out the Void Ray.
Lino killed 12. He killed 12 harvesters while defending against this push, so he did a really, really good job. And now he's already up at 190 supply. He's getting the Greater Spire. We have 7 Corruptors and all these upgrades. Not only the Baning Speed, but also +1 attack, +2 attack for the ranged units. And again, Finale trying to push in, taking down one hatchery. Oh, that's actually going to be very, very close.
I like that.
Think he's going to kill it.
Oh!
10 hit points!
Well, he can just warp in. He's actually going to use a Stalker here. He can blink it forward, target it, and get out of there. But he's going to deal with this Roach counterattack. Looks like he has enough Stalkers here. I really like the multitasking.
Killing the
Finale.
Forge.
Oh, absolutely killing the Forge. +2 did finish, but no +3. Greater Spire is going to finish. And at the third base, he's got more Roaches that have taken out so many probes. The probes, most of them hid in the extractor.
And the thing is, that might not be the most cost-efficient trade for Lino, but he can afford it because he has just such a nice economy. He already has 2,500 additional minerals banked up, and he had 1,000 gas just a second ago. He's now investing it into 7 Broodlords and 18 Roaches at a time. That will just put him up against 180 supply. Once again, he still has the Infestors. He has 5 of them. So a very nice army composition, and he is on 4 bases.
I worry,
rebuilding
though.
the 5th.
I worry that with the placement of the units, Finale will snipe this 4th base. No problem, get out. He's already got a fleet beacon on the way, and he's starting his 4th. He's actually going to just try to send a small group of Stalkers here. This was not the ideal choice for him. If he had sent his entire army, which he is going to do now, he would have hit the base for sure. Now he may be able to defend it. Oh, and it looks like Finale's going to decide not to attack here. In some ways, a smart move. The Broodlord's a little bit out of position, but not quite enough so.
And the Infestors always ready to back them up. Finale is now supply blocked, and Wolf, you're right. Finale is definitely not out of the game just yet. He has a huge army, and now the 2 armies clash immediately. Beautiful bungles by Lenok, but he is not committing to this attack just yet. Finale has a huge death ball. 130 army supply against 110. The fleet beacon is done. We might see Mothership very, very soon.
Yeah, as soon as that pylon finishes, there it is. Mothership in the production queue. Now, this is very common. This was once a joke unit, a hero unit that was seen only in silly games, but that's not Halo, guys. That is really a Mothership coming in here, and I think that what we're going to see here now is a very controlling game from Finale. If Finale can control the center, he can stop that spine crawlering that we've seen so popular. Look at the resources for Lenok, bank up to 2,000. He's going to get a few more Broodlords. He's going to start spine crawler production. That's what he needs to do, and Finale cannot give him time to prepare like that.
I've seen a crazy game between ST and Killer. I was actually fortunate enough to cast it. And
I saw you cast that.
He had how many spine crawlers? 50?
Something like that. Something absurd.
Insane. It was really, really insane, and I think that Lenok should do something similar right now, because he certainly has the mineral income, and he needs to get rid of all those minerals. And we have him with additional upgrades. He's going for the +3 attack, but there's already the double forge now for Finale, and getting +3 attack once again. We have him with the Templar Archive. He's going for the Archon Toilet, and we've seen Archon Toilets kill 100 Zerg supply within half a second.
That's very, very true. There are also a lot of Banelings out on the map. In fact, about 22 of them. I'm not sure how effective they're going to be in the situation. He's got them in here, I think, for that Archon Toilet. It's you're kind of reluctant to put Stalkers and other units there against that. Oh, nice positioning here by Finale, but there are so many Broodlords still. The Mothership actually does emerge here.
He has a sick amount of Stalkers, 33 of them. A bunch of Overseers now in position as well. Once again, we have the Broodlords trying to get into position, trying to attack the 4th, and of course the army of Finale. What is Finale going to do? He's losing a Forge, first of all, and losing a bunch of Pylons as well. The Roaches come in, and all the Banelings as well. He's going to snipe the 4th, but there's another base to the top left being built by the Protoss player for MVP. He's not committing to the attack just yet. He's waiting for his Mothership, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. He doesn't have the energy for a Vortex either.
20 more energy, and then he has that Vortex available. He could blink to the side, but I admire his patience here. The Mothership getting closer and closer. The Baneling's not really able to accomplish anything. Things looking really bad for our Zerg player, Lenok, right now. He doesn't have very many units. In fact, Finale could have even blinked forward there, but he decides to play it a little bit safe for the Mothership, being targeted down by Corruptors. 99 energy, 100 energy, it's bubbled, and there is the Vortex right at the last second. some of the units in there, and I think he may just lose this fight, Caldor. When those units emerge from the vortex, the Colossi have a concave, he blinks in, taking out the Broodlords.
Leenock is on 4,000 minerals and he's losing all of his Broodlords. He needs to rebuild them immediately. He's still dealing a little bit of damage to Finale, but it is not going to be enough. He builds 15 additional roaches. He's going for +3 range attack, building infestors now. Will Finale be able to just roll over his opponent's faces right now? He has the bigger army for the time being, but for how long, Wolf? We have Leenock just building so many units now. Will Finale kill the base of his opponent in time?
Well, he did make a lot of spine crawlers, not quite 50, but he does have a large range of spines there at the center base. So Finale decides to hesitate with his attack. I would have liked to see him poke a little bit more with this Colossi, but he is kind of pulling back, kind of 1Aing his army back to the center to sort of control that location. He's going to slowly push out on this creep, taking out the tumors one by one with the Stalker, being very safe, very patient. He has not restarted Mothership production either, so that's something of note.
And at the same time, we have only 2 attack upgrades for our MVP player. Finale doesn't have any armor upgrades, nor does he have shield upgrades, while our Zerg, while Leenock has a huge amount of upgrades already. He has +3 for the ranged units. No armor upgrades, just researching the first one.
I feel like right now Finale is not using his advantages correctly. The Broodlord count and the Infestor count are so low, he's allowing Leenock to remake those. A little bit of harassment going down here in the corner. He's actually going to get taken out by Spines. He did try to position the Stalkers there. He's going to attack now, but now the Broodlord count is looking like it's going to be up to 6 or 7 or 8, in fact. And I feel like Finale could have done more.
It will put him on 12 Broodlords, and Wolf, we have 38 Banelings. That's a ton of Banelings. And once again, a little bit of a Stalker attack, but the Queen is able to transfuse the Spine Crawlers, so this base is still uncontested. We have more and more Archons being warped in right now, because he just needs them. He needs another Archon Toilet, and the Mothership is already halfway done. Leenock still with 3,500 minerals and 1,000 gas. He has a very good economy still. 80 drones against 61 probes.
Oh wow, a lot of units taken out there, but he moved a little bit too close to those Broodlords. One Colossus will fall for sure. Oh, barely saving it.
Wow. That was a close one.
Oh man, this is a tough place for Leenock to engage. He is really being brave here.
But the Mothership is not out just yet, and here comes Leenock. He's going to engage.
Target the Banelings!
Gone! All
the
of the
Banelings are all gone! They're all gone, Caldor!
Oh, the Bungles hit, but the Broodlords need to be careful. There's the blink. And it might be just enough. No, it's not. The Stalkers have to back off again. He's losing a couple of them. But the Mothership Wolf, it is ready. It will pop out in just a second. And Leenock once again trying to max out his army. This is just an epic battle evolving around the middle of the map.
I have to say, the micro on the Broodlords for Leenock there at the last second, where he decided, do I run or not? And he just dropped out one more wave of Broodlings with 10 Broodlords there. That's a ton of Broodlings dropped, and that enough was able to get his Broodlords away. Beautiful decision making. Neural Parasite is nearly completed here, and when that is done, that means he will be able to attempt to Vortex the Mothership. It will, Vortex the Protoss army if he can neural it.
That would, of course, be a huge blow to Finale.
It very rarely happens, but it can happen if the Mothership is unprotected, which it is right now, actually. So,
and that's something that Finale doesn't expect right now. That's something that you usually don't expect. Of course, sometimes Zerg players try it, but usually you don't have to deal with a situation where the Mothership is actually being neural parasited. But in this stage where the game just drags on, even though we have one Mothership after another, one attack of Broodlords after another, it makes perfect sense for Leenock. Finale might try to save it, but this is going to be really tough. It's all about
one more second here again, and Vortex!
Oh, he's using the Vortex, and the Banelings have to be careful.
Leenock hesitating so much here.
I don't like it.
I do not like it at all.
Lose everything now. Still a bunch of Broodlords are left. The Vortex still going strong. A lot of units die for Finale. The Broodlords pop out. Most of them die immediately, but still the Zerg player is doing a lot of damage. Finale dropping its supply, and Leenock maxing out on Roaches and Zerglings again.
A good choice by Lenok, but the Colossi survived. The Infestor is falling so quickly. I do not like the hesitation for Lenok in that battle. Remember, right now the workers supply 82 to 60, so 20 of the supply you do see is in workers, and a lot of Lenok's units supply are not actually out yet. They're in production.
And Lenok is losing gas. He doesn't have any gas anymore. He's on 300 now. That won't be enough. We have more and more Archons now joining the battle, and here come the Zerglings and the Roaches and the reinforcements. Still a couple of Corruptors trying to take down the Mothership, but look at this huge army of Finale.
Yeah, beautiful positioning on the Mothership, distracting the Zerglings, cloaking those units. He may be able to save the Mothership if the Corruptors go down here. Regardless, though, that means no Broodlords, so the Mothership has done its job.
Oh, the Corruptors need to take down these Colossi. They are just so important now for MVP Finale. And this game is insane, Wolf. This is just an epic match now.
I agree, but I think Finale has taken a huge lead here. He's got control of the center. His opponent has no Broodlords. He's got cannons up here to hold this. And if this Roach army and Corruptors are taken out, Lenok will not have any more army to really support holding the rest of the bases he's got left. He's going to actually attack with his Colossi, incorrectly losing several there. A big win for Lenok as most of his Corruptors do escape alive. +3 weapons for the Flyers will finish.
I completely agree with you there, Wolf. This is really, really a nice game, and we have Finale now. Even though he's down in supply, he has just the better army composition, and he is going for an attack. He still has Colossi. He's going to take down the Spine Crawlers, and Lenok has to be very, very careful. Finale, even with another upgrade, he's going for another additional armor upgrade, and the Broodlords are not done just yet.
Oh, he's blinking in!
Oh, he might be able to take all of them down there. The first Broodlords morph.
I love this choice by Finale. A brave, decisive move, and it looks like this is going to be what he needs to take this game count, or drones being taken out by the Colossi, and I think he has done it. A brave, decisive move, one of the first ones he has made in this entire series.
Indeed, he's taking the lead in the total supply. The Colossi, how many kills do those Colossi have? It is insane. They kill the Spine Crawlers now, and finally the whole match tips in favor of Finale. And Lenok has to GG.
Beautiful game.
Wow.
And you know what? Every Vortex was at 100 energy, moved the Mothership perfectly at the last second in every time. This guy's coming out here. He says, Finale, no, I've just begun. That's his first set here. A beautiful game, taking out Lenok, a huge fan favorite.
We both doubted the choice, putting Finale out, but at the same time we were sure that there has to be some reason why MVP would choose Finale as the next player, and he just showed us why. He's able to take down Lenok, a huge accomplishment, and definitely a blow to FXO.
Clutch Vortexes. I feel Lenok, there was a timing where he could have added Spines and played a little bit more defensively, and then started being aggressive after he had more resources, but either way, great play by both players. The Vortexes, every time you hear me say 99, 100, and the Vortex at that exact moment, it was out of range of Neural until the second he dropped the Vortex. And there was that one battle where he lost so many Banelings where he was indecisive. He was going, well, do I put my Banelings in the Vortex? He's like, oh, well, there's only Archons in there, so my Banelings won't be cost efficient even if I put them in there. And if I don't put the Banelings in there, what's going to happen is those Banelings rolled around for a little bit. The Colossi targeted them, took them all out, and that was a rough spot there for Lenok.
Exactly. If those Banelings would have connected, then Finale would probably have lost the game in an instant, but he targeted down all the Banelings, and then suddenly he was able to take the lead in this game. It was such a nice game, and the whole battle is just evolving around the center of the map. That's exactly how Daybreak is supposed to work. That's exactly the kind of games that we want to see. And once again, MVP is up with just 1 point. 3-2.
I know, man. I wonder who's going to take the next game for FXO.
Who is actually able to take down Finale now? Who is going to be sent out by FXO? This is going to be...
I cannot wait, man. It could be anyone.
Yeah.
It could be Oz.
Gumiho.
Could be Gumiho. Could even be Lucky. Lucky's got great ZVP. Who will they choose? Is it going to be Oz? It will. That would be my pick as well, man. I would have chosen him for this. He is great at PvP.
Yeah, he's an awesome PvP player. For me, it's still a little bit weird to see if teams try to go for the mirror matchup, but with Oz, we talked about him lately. He has, I think, 75% in PvP.
Something high like that, yeah. People have been calling him in some ways the new Inca because their PvT style was similar as well. And there you can see him as ranking in GSL 41. He's a Code S player. He made it quite far this season. He did so last season as well.
Yeah. Haksu going strong. We have Oz coming up as the next player in the 6th game of this team match.
Oh man,
One awesome match after another. I love it.
I cannot explain my excitement right now. This is such a tense atmosphere. The games are close. The results are close. And you can see there, he normally wins if he comes out earlier, I guess is the trend here. But those results, of course, are just from one past season. So that's not, you know, in future seasons, that kind of result will mean a lot. But in this case, it doesn't mean too much. Oh man, Oz has got to have an exciting strategy picked. We're not going to tell you the map until we get back, so wait until we're done with our 5-minute break. See you in 5 with Wolf and Calder. This is the GSTL FXO against MVP.